Hi everybody, welcome to Mel's Makeup Lounge. My name is Mel, which means that you are in the makeup lounge. And today we are going to be trying the Bold Glamour Filter look inspired by the Bold Glamour filter from TikTok. Now, if you've been anywhere near TikTok lately, then you know that everybody is losing their minds over this filter. And I've spent the last week basically trying to reverse engineer this filter and figure out what makes this look the way that it looks. And what I've come up with is it's actually pretty simple. It looks like just a luminous base cream contour look. If you have a cream contour palette, then you can achieve this look. The caveat to that is that you're never going to make it look exactly the way that the filter does because frankly, I think the filter, it changes your face. It made my face a lot skinnier. It made my nose narrower and straighter. It made my jaw much more pronounced. It took away some of my double chin. And it kind of reminded me of why I choose to no longer use filters, because when I look at my unfiltered face, I just start feeling really bad about myself. And so filters are not good for my personal mental health. I don't want to get into a debate about filter use. Do whatever you like to do. But just keep in mind that this filter is going to change the shape of your face, so you're never going to be able to replicate it perfectly. But as I said, if you have cream contour, then I think that we can get
as a
pretty darn
primer.
close.
I
So
love the texture of this because it's very hydrating, but it dries down to almost like a powder finish. I don't know. It's really hard to describe, but it's really unique and I love it. Next, I'm going to apply some strobe cream from MAC. And I'm putting this down under my foundation because it's going to just sort of create this lit from within glow. I'm going to be using this liquid foundation from NARS, and when I put it on the back of my hand, you can see that it's very, very thin. And the reason why that is so good for this look is because it's going to provide this very, very hydrated base for all of our cream contour colors to just melt into. I'm going to focus on applying the foundation in the center of my face and gently buffing it outwards. I'm going to have a lot of cream contour at the perimeter of my face, so right now I'm mostly just wanting to make sure I get a nice layer down in the center. Next, I'm going to work on my brows. The filter gave me very, very dark brows, but they mostly followed my natural brow shape. So I'm just going to take a brow pencil and fill in any of the bare areas. Next, I'm going to be using the Skin Tint by Makeup by Mario. Now, the key to achieving this look is layering my different contour colors. So the first layer of contour, I'm just going to be applying in a large area over my cheekbones, my temples, and my forehead. The filter also gave me a pretty strong nose contour, so I'm going to put some of this contour color on the sides and on the tip of my nose. I'm also going to use the contour to sort of carve out the shape of my jawline. I'm going to use my favorite contour palette, which is the Cream Contour Palette by Iconic London, and it's really gross on the outside. I'm going to use this banana yellow underneath my eye as a color corrector. I also like to put a little color corrector sort of in this hollow, like right on the side of my nose, because it gets kind of dark in there. We don't often think about that area, but it can really sort of bring a look down if it's too dark. I'm going to use the lightest shade in the palette on a very, very small flat brush to clean up the base of my eyebrows. Then I'm going to take a clean dry brush and just sort of tap that into place so that there's no harsh lines. It's time to add my deeper contour layer. I'm applying it in the same place that I put the first contour layer down, but I'm using a smaller, denser brush to keep it a little bit more concentrated and in the same area. Using two different colors and sort of layering them on top of each other is what is going to give us that really beautiful, soft focus, warm, all over glow. Now, flipping my brush back over, I'm just going to pat those two different contour colors in so they blend into just one beautiful soft layer. I'm going to deepen up my nose contour a little bit because let me tell you, this filter definitely made my nose way skinnier than it actually is in real life. Next, I'm going to use a very slightly damp and very, very tapered sponge to start patting in my highlight color towards the center of my face and also up towards my temples. I'm also going to put some of this highlight color right down the center of my nose. Next, I'm going to take a larger damp sponge and I'm just going to gently pat everything together. This achieves two things. First of all, it takes off any excess product that might be sitting on top of my skin, and it also helps everything to blend together. Again, we're going for like one seamless, beautiful, glowy finish. It's hard to tell if the filter even gives me any blush at all, so I'm going to be using this Play Pot by Jecca Black in the shade Pink Pearl. It has these gold reflex, so I get a hint of color without losing any of the luminosity. I'm going to go back in with my tapered sponge and make sure I get rid of all of the creases. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pressed powder from Laura Mercier to set my eyelids and my under eyes. Then I'm going to take whatever is left on that brush and use it to set sort of the center of my face where I get more oily. I'm going to use the Liquid Kilowatt highlighter from Fenty, and I'm just going to apply it wherever the light hits the high points of my face. The eye look for this is pretty simple. I'm going to start by tightlining with some brown liner. Then I'm going to take a flat brush and go over that liner just to sort of diffuse it out a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing on the lower lash, just without quite as much liner. The whole point of this eye look is for it to be very, very lifted. And if I use too much liner on the bottom, it's going to drag the whole look down. Going back into my contour palette, I'm going to use some of that lighter contour and just sort of gently smoke out the bottom lash. I'm going to go back and tightline the lower waterline again because we lost some of that color when we smoked out the bottom lash. So I just want to make sure that we get that definition in there. Using a fluffy brush, I'm going to add some of the lightest contour color to my crease, and I just want to create this wash of color. I want it to be very diffuse and very soft. I'm going to take this light ivory color and just very gently buff it right underneath the brow bone and into that crease color we put down. Next, I'm going to place the darker contour color in the outer V and then just very slowly and gently work it towards the temple. What I love about working with cream contour on the eye is that these products are meant to be blended. So you can really take your time and manipulate the color and place it exactly where you want it. I'm going to place a little bit of this shimmer shade right in the center of the eyelid and then just gently pat it in with my fingertips. The lip that the filter gave me was sort of a My Lips but better. So I'm going to use this lip twist crayon from Zoeva in the shade Ray. And I'm just going to outline my lips very gently and then buff it in with my fingers. I'm sort of trying to buff from the outside of my lips in so that the highest concentration of color is right on my lip line, and then it just creates this beautiful diffuse gradient towards the inside of my lips. Now, the filter doesn't add a very, very heavy lash, which is kind of nice if you're like me and you don't always like having a full strip lash. So I'm just going to apply my mascara like normal. This is the Rise Mascara by Milk Makeup. And I think it just gives a really pretty separated look to the lashes. I'm going to finish off the look by setting everything with that Laura Mercier pressed highlight powder.
So here we go. This is the finished look for the Bold Glamour Filter knockoff makeup look. Everything just sort of blends together to create this overall beautiful soft focus, just glow. I don't know. I think it's actually prettier in real life than it is in the filter version. I'm going to say it right now. I think I look better here than I do with the filter, but let me know what you guys think. Do you like cream contour looks? Have you tried cream contour looks? If you have any suggestions for a future look, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about filters. Do they make you feel good about yourself, or do they make you feel bad about yourself? I try my best to read everybody's comments, and I love hearing from you guys. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.